Ancient Egypt. In ancient Egypt, death was not the end. It was a journey. A real journey, with roads and gates and questions waiting in the dark. People believed the soul did not just float away. It had parts, the Ba, the Ka, the shadow, the name. If the body was destroyed, the soul could get lost. That is why they preserved bodies so carefully. Mummification was not strange to them. It was protection. They believed after death you would stand before Osiris. Your heart would be placed on a scale. On the other side was a feather, the feather of truth. If your heart was heavy with lies and cruelty, it would sink, and a monster would eat it. Imagine that fear, not fire, not torture, just being erased forever. But if your heart was light, you could enter the field of reeds, a perfect version of Egypt. Crops always growing, rivers calm, family waiting, life again, but better. Not a cloudy heaven, not floating in light, just life without suffering. Death was serious business. Tombs were filled with food and gold and instructions because the afterlife was not a maybe, it was expected. Ancient Greece. The Greeks saw the afterlife differently. When someone died, the soul traveled to the underworld, ruled by Hades. It was not exactly hell, it was a shadow place, a quiet land of mist. First, the soul had to cross a river, the river Styx. A boatman named Charon would carry you across, but only if you had a coin. That is why coins were placed on the eyes of the dead. Without it, you wandered for 100 years. Imagine standing on a riverbank alone. Once inside, there were different areas. Most people went to the Asphodel Meadows, a place of dull existence. Not joy, not pain, just gray. Warriors and heroes could reach Elysium. That was reward. Bright fields and peace. And the worst souls? They went to Tartarus, a deep, dark prison. Punishment was personal, endless, like a man pushing a rock up a hill forever. The Greek afterlife felt less hopeful. It was structured, organized, but not warm. If this video made you think even a little differently about life and death, then take one small second and support the channel. Thumbs up the video, subscribe now, and be part of this journey with us. Norse beliefs. In the cold lands of the Norse people, death was about honor. If you died bravely in battle, you might go to Valhalla, a grand hall ruled by Odin. Warriors would feast every night, fight every day, prepare for the final battle of the gods. Half of the brave dead went there. The other half went to Freya's realm, still honorable, still proud. But if you died of sickness or old age, you often went to hell. Not fiery torture, just a cold shadow world, quiet, distant. The Norse afterlife was about courage, about how you lived. Fear death, and you gained little. Face it boldly, and you earned glory. Ancient Mesopotamia. In Mesopotamia, the afterlife was not inspiring. It was bleak. Everyone went to the same dark underworld, a dusty place. No reward, no joy. The soul became a shadow, eating dust, drinking dirty water. Kings and farmers were equal there. Life mattered more than what came after, because what came after was dull. That belief created urgency. Enjoy life now. Build cities now. Love now. Because later was only darkness. Hinduism. In Hindu belief, death is not the end at all. It is a doorway. The soul is eternal. It leaves one body and enters another. This cycle is called samsara, birth, death, rebirth, again and again. Your actions decide your next life. Karma. Good actions lift you higher. Bad actions pull you down. You might return as human or animal or something else. Life is a long chain. But the goal is not just better rebirth. The goal is moksha, freedom, escape from the cycle, union with the ultimate reality, peace beyond returning. This view changes everything. Death becomes transition, not final, just movement in a very long journey. Buddhism. Buddhism also teaches rebirth, but with a different focus. There is no permanent soul traveling. Instead, it is more like a flame passing from one candle to another. Continuity without sameness. Life is suffering because of desire and attachment. After death, the cycle continues until enlightenment is reached. Nirvana is not heaven, it is release, end of craving, end of rebirth. Some Buddhist traditions describe realms, heavenly realms, hell realms, but even those are temporary. Nothing lasts forever, not even punishment. The message feels calm. Death is part of a process. Understanding ends the fear. Judaism. In early Judaism, the afterlife was not clearly defined. There was Sheol, a shadowy place where the dead rested, not reward, not torment, just existence. Later ideas developed, the world to come, resurrection of the dead. Some branches speak of Gan Eden as a spiritual paradise and Gehenna as purification, not eternal torture, but cleansing. The focus in Judaism is often on this life, on actions now, on justice now. The afterlife exists, but it is not always the main point. Christianity. Christianity teaches that after death comes judgment, heaven or hell, eternal life with God or separation from Him. Heaven is described as peace, joy, presence of God, no pain, no tears, a restored creation. Hell is described as fire, darkness, regret, separation. Different denominations explain it differently. Some believe in immediate judgment. Others believe in resurrection at the end of time. Some believe in purgatory, a temporary purification. At the center is faith, salvation through grace, the idea that eternal destiny depends on relationship with Christ. It is a powerful belief. It has shaped cultures, laws, fears, hopes. Islam. Islam teaches that life is a test. After death, the soul enters barzakh, a waiting period in the grave. Then, on the day of judgment, all are resurrected. Deeds are weighed, good and bad. Nothing is hidden. Paradise is described with gardens, rivers, peace, nearness to Allah. Hell is described with fire, regret, loss. But mercy is also central. God is most merciful. Intentions matter. Faith matters. The afterlife in Islam feels vivid, detailed, serious. Life has weight because eternity follows. Taoism. Traditional Chinese beliefs mix ancestor worship and spiritual realms. The dead continue to exist. They need respect, offerings, remembrance. Some traditions describe a complex underworld with courts and judges. Souls are judged, punished, or rewarded, then possibly reborn. Ancestor spirits can influence the living, so honoring them is important. Death does not cut the connection, it changes it. Atheism. Atheism generally teaches that after death there is nothing. Consciousness ends, the brain stops, experience stops. It sounds simple, but also heavy. Some find comfort in it. No judgment, no eternal punishment, just rest. Others find it frightening. Non-existence is hard to imagine, like before you were born. That is often the comparison. Peaceful nothing. Life becomes more precious because it is limited. This moment matters because it will not repeat. Agnosticism. Agnosticism says we do not know. Maybe there is something, maybe not. Human knowledge is limited. This position lives with uncertainty. It does not claim certainty of heaven or nothingness. It stays open. Some agnostics hope for something. Others are neutral. The mystery remains unsolved.